I'm going to reread the letter I read on yesterday from this. I guess the name is pronounced Charles and Charles law firm of Lexington, Kentucky, because December 2nd was the date scheduled in the letter for the court actions to begin here in New York. So let me read this letter to you from the Charles and Charles law firm in Lexington, Kentucky, alleged to be representing the Starbucks coffee enterprise. And it's dated the 24th of November, the year 2014. And it's addressed to the Outlaw Worldwide Ministry, also known as Bethelite Missionary Baptist Church, doing business as Successful Tomorrow School, doing business as the Manning Report. Attention, Mr. James Lawrence Manning, also known as James David Manning, 36 West 123rd Street, Harlem, New York, 10027 zip code. Reference: false and defamatory statements made by Dr. James Lawrence Manning via Facebook and broadcast regarding allegations that Starbucks includes homosexual semen in its product. Dear Mr. Manning, this letter reads, we represent Starbucks in connection with the above referenced matter. Outlaw Worldwide Ministry, also known as the Manning Report, its directors, officers, agents, employees, and assigns, collectively John Doe, are hereby warned and notified to cease and desist making false and defamatory statements regarding Starbucks and your speculation of the illegal addition of human semen in our products. It has come to our attention that false statements were made by John Doe during several days of broadcasting of the Manning Report, and posts echoing the same have been posted on YouTube. The statements made by John Doe regarding Starbucks are false, defamatory, constitute tortuous interference with business, and as such are actionable under New York and federal law. If our client is forced to commence a lawsuit against John Doe in order to stop continued false and defamatory statements, be advised that we will seek recovery of all attorney's fees and costs incurred herein as a result. And we are prepared to sue for compensatory damages of nothing less than $50 million, and will be asking the court to grant us all personal and corporate assets of Outlaw, including the sanctuary, the property, and any and all personal belongings of he and his wife, Elizabeth Manning. While we certainly hope this is not necessary, we are prepared to pursue whatever avenues are necessary on behalf of our client to stop the continued false and defamatory statements made against Starbucks by John Doe. We expect by the close of business December 1st, and I stopped the reading here to indicate they've made a typo. It says December 1st correctly, but then it gives the year 2015. I would assume that's a typo. One, we expect a complete verbal, filmed, and written apology by Mr. Manning. B, or two, a complete verbal, filmed, and written apology by the board of directors of Outlaw Worldwide Ministry. C, or three, deletion of all references to Starbucks on all past, current, and future works by John Doe. If this is not in place, we will sue you in New York City on Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2014 at 10 a.m. in the morning. It is presently December the 2nd, the year 2014, 4 a.m. in the forenoon, 6 hours past the suit date. Now, this letter is signed by a Jason Childs, representative of the Childs & Childs law firm of Lexington, Kentucky, and carbon copied to Starbucks Incorporated in Seattle, Washington. Now, I thought it would be interesting to read this letter today since the suit is alleged to have gotten started today. I've had a lot of dealings with lawyers in my life for various reasons, some of which I care not to remember, others of which are a little bit more pleasant. But I've never seen a law firm write a letter on the 24th of November and less than 6 days start a lawsuit. Just kind of seems a bit strange. I mean, a pre-law student, an undergraduate, would probably not conceive of such a time factor. However, someone thinks it's worth their while to threaten me about Starbucks putting semen in their lattes. I don't suspect that this letter is legit. It very well may be, so in the event that it is, you will not hold me fully responsible, but I just don't suspect that it is. What I do suspect is that Starbucks or its agents feel that I am stupid enough to be intimidated by such a letter, for they themselves would never really commence an action against me. Starbucks would have too much to lose by dragging me into court and having the press go over them with a fine-tooth comb about sodomite semen in their lattes. They don't need that. They need that like they need a hole in their heads. And I know it. I know it. But I do think this, they want me to stop. Somebody in the Starbucks organization wants me to cease and desist from stirring up people all over the world, and people are now deciding not to drink Starbucks coffee because they believe it really may contain male semen. And loyal Starbucks patrons are concerned, why is it that Starbucks is allowing me to make these statements? In fact, it isn't just my YouTube posting. This has been posted up on Tosh.0, pardon me, Comedy Central broadcast. This has gone out to millions and millions and millions of people. It's been posted up in the Huffington Post, Raw Story, several other major online news services have carried this to more than 50 million people, and most of them are Starbucks coffee drinkers. So my statements have garnered the attention of at least 50 million people in America in the month of November. So Starbucks wants it to stop. But their quandary is, if they send me a letter really threatening to sue me, they're going to have to follow suit. So they thought that I would be a dummy and would receive this letter and I would back off from making my claims about sodomite semen in their lattes, which now begins to demonstrate even further that they do put semen in their lattes. They do, you know. Most of it is synthetic. It has a synthetic quality to it, but they do. They have tested out, and like any entrepreneur looking for an edge, like Coca-Cola during the years of its early marketing of Coca-Cola, put cocaine in its drinks, and people loved that until they were found out by the FDA, and they ceased, and they now make a synthetic cocaine. Starbucks is on the ropes. Were I Muhammad Ali, I would say I am now doing the rope-a-dope. On Starbucks, I am floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. And I'm not going to let this story go. I'm not going to let it go. So whoever this agent of Childs & Childs law firm in Lexington, Kentucky, who have written me this letter threatening to sue, I say to you, go to hell. Or let's go to court. Either one. You either go to hell or let's go to court. But I've got something here. I'm on to something. I've got Starbucks by the keisters. And over 50 million people have heard my voice and have seen me or heard my writings and statements regarding Starbucks and semen in their lattes. So that's my salvo that I'm firing over the bow of the Starbucks coffee enterprise. And if you're drinking Starbucks, watch out if you're a woman, you might just get pregnant by drinking Starbucks because they've got some pretty potent semen in that drink. And you will go home and tell your husband you're pregnant. He said, but we haven't had sexual intercourse in years. Where did you get pregnant? Is it an immaculate conception? No, it was one of Starbucks lattes that impregnated you. Me? I'm James David Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant.